What is it, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this video I'm going to be showing you guys what all of the new cultist layer update rods do and how to obtain them. So let's start off with the Eidolon rod, however you say it. The stats on this rod are kind of good, kind of bad. So you have 100% lure speed, which is pretty good, 50% luck though, which is bad, 0.25 control, which is pretty good, resilience is 0, which is not too good, and then infinite kg. The rod looks like this. If we turn on performance mode, the rod has some nice looks to it. It's like a bat rod. It's like really dark and it has some cool effects. Now when fishing with this rod, it's an insta catch. This rod gives 40% progress speed automatically, and after you reach 70% bar, the rod has this little passive where it pretty much instantly catches a fish after that. It buffs your progress speed up to 566%, as well as sets the control to 0.7, so the whole minigame is your bar. So you pretty much cannot lose a fish after getting to 70%. Just like that, it fills up fully. Now, this does also have a mutation, which is Phantom. Let me just pull up a random Phantom fish, which turns it translucent, but it also gives it some, like, fiery black effect, which, in my opinion, is really nice. Now, this rod has this mutation, and this mutation sells for 11 times cash. So, it is a pretty good rod. I'll show you guys the way to get it later on in the video. Now, the next rod we have is the Lucid rod, which, honestly, this is probably one of the coolest looking rods in the game. I really like the way this rod looks, the effects, the everything. This rod stats are 80% lure speed, so it's not an insta-catch unless you use some sort of bait. 100% luck, which isn't too bad, but isn't too good. Negative 0.05 control, which is pretty bad, reason why I have Herculean on it. 45% resilience, and max kg of 500,000. Now, this rod has one of the coolest passes in the game. First of all, when fishing with the rod, it's normal. There's no extra addition to anything. But if you get lucky enough, you can get a mutation, which will, cut to when I get it. Okay, right here we can see that we got this purple type mutation, but I decided to miss the fish because, well, why not? Maybe we'll get it again, hopefully. If not, well, I mean, I guess we can just cut back to, when I don't fail. Right here we can see the mutation. It has like this galaxy type effect, and the coolest part about it is you actually get duplicated fish. Now, this is a 20% chance for this mutation. It always duplicates once you get the mutation. You can see what it looks like in the water. You have a 20% chance to get this mutation. It sells for 8.5 times, and it's guaranteed to duplicate a fish. Now, if the weather is clear, so let's say it's nighttime and also clear, it increases the chances of getting Lucid to 30%, and instead of just doubling your fish by 1, it gives you 2 extra fish. So if you're fishing during clear weather, this rod is really good, especially, let's say, admin events, cosmic. You can get a lot of cosmic relics, especially if you use a glitch potion on top of that. Now, how to get this rod, we'll get into that later on in this video. Now, the next rod is going to be the Dreambreaker rod, which I recently just got. This rod looks really, really cool in my opinion, but is also probably one of the most confusing rods in my opinion because of the passive. The stats are pretty good. At 120% lure speed, 215% lug, 0.23 control, 66 resilience, and infinite kg. Now, the reason why this rod is confusing is I'm actually going to read out the rest of the passive before I even fish. So during the day, this rod gives you 0.5 times the size of fish, so it actually lowers the size of your fish. 25% chance to get this trot mutation, which gives 16.3 times multiplier. Now, during the nighttime, this rod actually becomes buffed, so just like Wing Gripper, this rod is stronger at night, which good thing it's not right now. It increases your fish size by 1.5, so you get an increased percent on fish. 35% chance to get this trot, again 16.3 times multiplier. Every 0.25 seconds, it has a 33% chance to slash for 5% of the progress. And during the night, it also has negative 15% progress speed, so it does lower your progress speed. Now, the most confusing part about this rod is that your controls actually sometimes become inverted. So right now I'm not clicking and my bar is going up, but when I am clicking, my bar starts going down. So this rod sometimes inverts your control. Now once you catch a fish, it gets this little staticky effect, and whenever you are catching fish, you get this like little cinematic bar. Because right now I am not holding. You guys can see it's meant to be going down, but instead it's going up, and it's a pretty cool rod. It is kind of confusing, but the rod in general is not too bad at all. But it is kind of confusing that you have to click for the bar to go down, and then go for the bar to go up. Now I'm gonna try to get to this Distraught mutation just to show what that looks like. So. And right here we can see we caught a distraught flounder. I think I might have some other distraught fish. No, it's the only one I have. So right here is what it looks like. It gets like a darker effect and a little cool static effects. I think this one looks really cool, especially when it's on your back. This rod is really cool. Now let's get into how to attain these rods. Let's start off with how to get the Lucid rod. Now the Lucid rod, the first step you're going to have to do is you are going to have to get this guy's quest right here. And his quest is going to be to get a cursed touched Cathu lid or Cathu lith, which can be done using the Great Dreamer's Rod. And if we go up here, so either in the Passage of Oats or in the hallway upstairs, you will get an abundance of either the Cathu lith or the Cathu lids. Now, if you get either of those, you can fish with this rod and this rod. Every 2 to 4 catches, you have a 50% chance to get Curse Touched using the passive. Upon getting that, you can go back downstairs, talk to the guy, and he will give you a Lucid Reel, which is one of the items that you need to craft this rod. Another item that you need to craft this rod is the Lunar Thread, which can be found in treasure chests at a 3% chance. You can purchase them in the daily shop for 7.5 million, which I know it's kind of expensive, but it is what it is. You can find them in Fallen Stars from the Starfall event, or you can get them in your aquarium at a 0.1% chance. If you have all of those, you can craft a rod, but you're missing one more thing, and that is a Cursed Touched Scrap Metal. So the same way you got the Cathu Lith or the Cathu Lid Cursed Touch, you need to do that, but with the scrap metal, which can be caught using trash bait down in the depths. And then you need $80,000, and you have to be level 50 to craft this rod at the Ancient Archives. Now, to get the Eidolon rod, or however you pronounce it, you need to have this area unlocked, which you need the Dreamer's Amulet, which can be done by crafting all the other amulets, which you get from doing every single one of these NPCs that says new quest above their head. Once doing that, you want to talk to this NPC right here. You will be able to craft the Dreamer's Amulet, and right back here, we see you have a trapdoor. Now, there was a bug once this update came out where you can get the rod without actually having to do the quests, but now they made it so you can actually open the trapdoor, which you need to find these little obelisks and turn them around. They can be found in pretty much every area, so the first one is right here behind the elevator. I'm not 100% sure where all of them are. I'm going to try to find all of them. The next one is found right outside the elevator. You want to go over here onto the left side, and right in this little corner you can see it. There we go. It allows me to turn it. You have to turn that. I'm not 100% sure if there's any more in this side of the area, but there might not be. I know there is one somewhere over here on this right side. You want to turn that one as well. Keep walking down. You can keep checking your left and right just in case I missed one. And I think that is all for this area. Now, right up here in the Hall of Whisperers, I think this is the room with the most. You have one right here from the elevator, right there in the corner. The next one is going to be straight opposite of that one. You want to click on it, you want to turn it. The next one is going to be right here in this little corner. The next one should be right on this side, right there. I've already clicked this one, so it doesn't let me actually click it. So that is all for this room. Up in the cultist layer, there is going to be one right up here. So from the elevator to the right, up on this little platform, you want to turn that one. The next one is going to be fly right across into this little spa, and you will find another obelisk right here. And I'm not sure if I missed one or if I'm missing a few actually, but there might be a few that I just haven't found yet. Even though this might be all. If it is all, the trapdoor should be open. If it's not all of them, then I missed one, and I'm sorry if I find it. I'll put it somewhere in the comments. I actually did end up missing one, which is right up here. If you climb up on this bookshelf, which I'll just use the gravity coil. There's one right up here, which I didn't actually see. So that's probably where the last one is for the trapdoor. Now the last few statues will be down here, so the first one is here. Pretty sure I already showed that one. There's gonna be, I think, 4 in here. One's gonna be right over to the left, right here. You can turn that one. The other one's gonna be left of this staircase in this little corner. You want to go ahead and turn that one. The next one's going to be right up here next to this NPC. No, I don't want to talk to the NPC. I want to turn this. Turn that. And the last one is going to be right down here in this corner. I might have missed 1 or 2 or some because the trapdoor is not open for me. But it might be open for you guys. If it's not, I probably missed a few. If I figure out where, I'll make sure to put it down in the cup. Well, there's one right here. So that's also another one that I missed. So there's got to be a lot of these little obelisks all around the place that are pretty hard to find, actually. It took me a while to even find these. But if there is more, I will let you guys know in the comments. Actually, no, that was the last one, so I did get all of them. And then upon that, this little door will open, and you can get this rod for 5 million. Now okay, perfect timing, it must have just spawned. Now, the way to get the Dreambreaker rod is by doing this NPC, so the Restless One quest, which I will explain nice and quick. So the first quest is to bring this NPC the Dreamer's Amulet, which I explained on how to get earlier. The next one you're going to need the Lucid Rod for. I also explained how to get that one. You're going to have to get a Lucid Enchant Relic, which you can get by fishing in the depths, where they are most common. The next one is going to be a Lucid Speed Core, which is the exotic found at Sunstone. The next one is going to be a Lucid Cathu Lid, which is the one that spawns in the Hall of Whisperers. On top of your screen, you will sometimes see a Cathu Lid abundance spawn in the Hall of Whisperers, blah blah blah. If you catch it there, make sure it's Lucid, you get that. You can give it to this NPC. The next one is going to be a Phantom Cathu Lith, which you can get down in the last area, which I forgot the name of. In like the little path, the second to last room. Using the Eidolon rod. I keep forgetting how to pronounce it. Once getting that, you can give it to this NPC. The second to last quest is going to be a Lucid Leviathan or a Profane Leviathan, which I will show you guys how to summon right now. The Leviathan... Okay, my voice just went away. The Leviathan can be spawned down here in the Sanctum. You're going to need a Rainbow Cluster Cthulhu, which can be gone using the Rainbow Cluster Rod, which you can get during a rainbow at Castaway Cliffs. The next one is going to be an Aurora Catulith. You can get this one by either using Aurora Bait, using the Aurora Rod, or an Aurora Event. The best way to do it is by using all 3 of those, or if you don't have the bait, which a lot of people don't have, use the Aurora Rod during an Aurora Borealis, which gives you a 30% chance to get Aurora Mutation. The next one is going to be a Purified Catulith or a Purified Catulid. Now, the way to obtain this one is you need Insight on a rod. I put Insight on my Katana rod, and there's a 30% chance you get it. The next one is going to be a Solar Blaze Cthulhu. The easiest way to get this one is during an eclipse, or if you have Rod of the Eclipse Fang or something like that, I think it's called. During a eclipse, you have a 90% chance of getting Solar Blaze, so this is really good. That Rod is no longer obtainable. It was only obtainable by getting level 2000 while C2 was still a thing. And now the last one that you're going to need is a Nova Catulith, which you can get either during a Starfall or by using the Starlight Wormbait, which you can get from the Angler. After summoning the Leviathan, I don't have all of them right now to showcase it, you're going to have to use the Lucid Rod. If it's a normal Leviathan, you're going to have to use a Lucid Rod, and you're going to have to get Lucid on it if you want to complete the quest. But if it's a Profane Leviathan, it will look much different. It will be way harder to get, which, by the way, the first time I did this quest, I actually got the Profane Leviathan. As we can see over here in my bestiary, Cultist Lair, I got the Profane Leviathan instead. The other Leviathan is an exotic. It's much easier to get, much less progress speed. But then this one is much harder to get. It's a secret. It took me way longer. It has a bite feature, which is also really hard to deal with, as it slows down your bar. It takes away a lot of percentage, and it also makes your bar smaller. So for this Profane Leviathan, if you get it, I'd advise you use a rod with slashes and a pretty big bar, whatever rods you have. After completing all of that, the last quest from the NPC is going to be to pay 10 million cash, and also you have to be level 500. Upon doing all of those quests, you'll get this rod, and that is going to be it for all the rods in this update. Let me just equip my fabulous rod that I got today, and I'm still really happy I got it. This was a pain to grind for. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments if I missed anything. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.